If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. I was told the other day that I'm looking pretty stressed. I'm actually told this a lot, that I look stressed. And that I need to take a break from the lifestyle. And they always say it, and they're very polite about it, and they're not trolls. I mean, I don't really feel like they're being trolled. I feel like they're worried about my health, and I really appreciate everybody out there who worries about us. Now, let me tell you the reason why I might look stressed. I don't feel stressed. Right now, I'm actually visiting with my mother for the holidays. You know, Carolyn's with her daughter, and I'm visiting up here, quite relaxed. Her husband works second shift, so I sleep out in the camper, which, you know, I love the camper. That's my home. Sleeping on someone's couch, even my mother's couch, I would feel like I'm, you know, in their way. You know, they got dogs, and if I had to get up and go to the bathroom, the dogs would probably bark. So, you know, I'm quite comfortable in my house and park outside in their front yard. Okay, let's just assume that I am stressed. And let's discuss the differences between stress in a camper and stress in your stick and brick. Okay, Carolyn's daughter is sick. We all know this. I've said it many times. And look, she's 30 years old and she's going to pass away from her cancer. If there is any stress, that would probably be the bulk of it. It's cold here. You know, the adventure was supposed to be, you know, a getaway. There was never a thought in my mind that I would spend another winter in Missouri. Matter of fact, when I left Missouri, I said, you know, I'm going to miss the snow. Well, I haven't missed the snow yet, but the same thing would apply living in a stick and brick, maybe even worse. Oh, I'm self-employed. If I think back to when I was living in a stick and brick, I was working 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week, I've said. Could you imagine having a sick daughter and having to work all those hours? Or a stepdaughter, or however you want to look at it. Even if Carolyn had quit her job to go take care of Beck, all kinds of logistical disadvantages to dealing with all that. I just couldn't imagine trying to maintain my job and helping Carolyn through this tragedy. Well, here I live in a truck camper, very mobile. I work inside my truck camper, still very mobile. As long as I have internet, I can work. I don't see a lot of stress added on because I'm living in a truck camper. What I'm trying to say is I think the stress is actually less living in a truck camper than it would be living in a house. Now, let's talk about the winter. First of all, I've made a couple videos now. The winter has not been as difficult as what I originally had thought. There's a few minor things that has been a little bit more difficult, trying to find water. But now I've got all that worked out. I know where the water spots are now that are not shut off. You know, I can go to my mom's and get water if I have to. Especially now that Carolyn's staying with Beck. You know, that's easier. You should plan out the worst case scenario and hope for the best. And that's exactly what I did. I planned out that the winter was going to be absolutely terrible. And it started out absolutely terrible. It snowed before Thanksgiving. Twice. But the truck has just held up like a champ. We've had one issue with the truck camper. It was my fault. I've showed it several times now. But the truck camper developed a hole. And that was my dumb fault. A lot of people think that we're going to have all kinds of mold issues. Well, here we are. We're already in late December. And I've had a few mold spots develop. I was able to deal with that with apple cider vinegar. I just sprayed on it. Kills it pretty good. And then tea tree oil was a thing that I tried. And tea tree oil seems to work pretty good if you can stand the smell. And I've looked, and I just haven't developed any mold issues underneath the insulation. I've taken care of my condensation issue. And all these things needed to be addressed anyways. You know, going to Florida last year, it got cold. It snowed in Florida while we were there. Granted, it doesn't get as cold there as it does here. You know, it got down, I think the lowest it got down in Florida was 27 degrees last year. And we've already been down to 14. Winter in a stick and brick, winter in a stick and brick. You know, snow is a problem. You know, especially if you got to travel to work. And I always had to travel to work. I had no options. I had to go to work 6 to 7 days a week, every week. and I realized I have an extreme situation, but there was no calling in. I worked for a sheltered workshop, and we helped disabled folks learn the manufacturing environment. Well, a lot of these disabled folks relied on going to work every day because not only did they learn how to do a job, a lot of these folks were needed a place to go during the day. So they would come to work, even during snow days. So more stress, in my opinion, having to travel to work, where here in the truck camper, if I know it's going to snow, I make sure I have plenty of supplies, and I can hold out 2-3 weeks pretty easily. If you're going to come out here and you think that there is an option of taking a break, you have to ask yourself, how are you going to take a break? Unless you intend to keep your house, I don't understand how you can actually take a break from this lifestyle. The lifestyle is your life. This is it. It's no different than a house. You live in a house. Do you ever get to take a break from the house? I mean, maybe you get a vacation, but I can say right now I'm on a vacation because I'm visiting with my mom for the holidays. So, you know, I get to plug into the electric and I get a hot shower. But I don't understand this concept of take a break from your life. And how do you take a break from life? I never took a break from my previous life. Life is life. It's just there. People get sick in your family, you have to learn how to deal with it. Now, the other thing is if you do decide to keep a house to live this lifestyle, then you also have to remember, how are you going to, and this is kind of something you need to think about, not that I'm telling you to keep a house or not keep a house, but you're going to have to figure out how to make sure your house is safe while you're away. If you're gone 6-8 months a year, 10 months a year, are you going to have somebody come and check on things? What about break-ins? Are you going to have an alarm system? Do you keep the utilities on? What about rodents? What if you get a mouse infestation while you're gone? Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.